All right, we are here at the edge of Appalachia Preserve System, and we're going to hike the BuzzardRoost Rock Trail. Should be about a little over 4 miles, 4.4 miles round trip, and we're going to check it out. All right, we're just getting on the trail here. It kind of goes along the road, and the trailhead is on a dirt road just about 200 yards off the main road, which is 125 here. The edge of Appalachia Preserve is about an hour east of Cincinnati, mostly on 32, but you get off at, I think it's 247 or whatever, make your way down. But yeah, so about an hour east of Cincinnati. Never been here before, and we're going to find out what we're in for. It's supposed to be some pretty nice views, a lot of wildflowers, that kind of thing. First little bridge. I think there's going to be several of these on the trail, based on how it looked on the map. No room to write anything. So, okay. We were here. So even in a nature preserve, there's no shortage of people who just don't care. So when I read the trail description for this hike, it did say that there's a fair amount of uphill. I guess that's uphill by Ohio standards, because it's really, there's been a little bit uphill, and maybe we're in for a lot more that I'm not aware of, but it's a pretty easy pace uphill. I mean, we're taking it super slow because there was another couple of hikers on the trail, and we didn't want to creep up on them and kind of constantly be in their earshot. The uphills really aren't bad. I mean, they're definitely not like the uphills of the Pinnacle, which really got your heart racing. So we will update that if it changes. But for now, pretty easy. So I think the original trail here goes to the right, and as it shows 1.2 miles. They have subsequently created a sort of a shortcut that shaves a whopping 0.2 miles off. You can get there in a mile. So maybe we'll do this as a loop, and we'll go to the right, and then we'll come back on the opposite side. So a lot of the trail so far has been under forest canopy, so it's pretty shaded, but once you start gaining a little elevation, it does kind of go in and out of the trees. As you can see here is some really nice sort of cedar trees. You can hear from my voice, we have a little more uphill than from the previous report, but still really not bad. And it is nice that it opens up here so you can really kind of see around a little bit more. Don't know how well this comes out, but it's a good 200-foot drop down into the treetops over there. You can kind of see through the trees up here. I'm assuming that's 125. So we're maybe 3/4 of a mile from the trail's terminus here at the BuzzardRoost view, I guess, or vista. It is a really nice hike if you can look past the road noise from 125 over here. Every now and then you get tucked in behind some hills on the trail and you don't really hear the road, but up on this ridge here, you can pretty much hear every car and truck and motorcycle that goes by. But still, the views are pretty nice. Really looking forward to seeing what the actual vista looks like at the end of this. So, once again, I've got the drone in the backpack, and I did a little bit of research online, trying to find some indication of whether or not drones were permitted or prohibited. I didn't find any statements either way, nor were there any obvious statements about it on the Trailhead information board. So I'm going to operate on the assumption that it's probably okay, provided you don't interfere with anybody else's enjoyment of the area. So as long as there aren't any other people around, we'll give it a shot, put the drone up in the air and see what kind of cool views we can see. It's a little public service announcement on getting here. We came in, I think, Route 32 to 247, and then 125 turnoff in West Union. And somewhere around there, I got onto Google, and because I had originally just Googled going to the edge of Appalachia Nature Preserve, which if you follow that, will take you further south. So knowing that the trail was a little further north, I tried Googling for the trailhead or BuzzardRoost overlook. And of course I found a couple of links on Google Maps, which I thought was pretty handy. So I just chose one. They all looked like they were pretty much the same distance. And it took us east on 125 out of West Union. But then we followed Google and went down Mahogany Road, which then turned into some other gravel roads. And it just got more and more sort of off-road as we went. Still was manageable, but it ended up taking us to the top of the little hill on a one-lane gravel road with nowhere to turn, and there was a gate across there. There's nowhere to go. So save yourself the hassle of that couple miles of gravel and skip it. Just take the marked trailhead sign. It's a red sign. I'll put a picture of it right here. And that'll take you to the actual official trailhead parking, which is only about 100 yards off the road, off of 125. So I think we're in the last 1 or 2/10 of a mile remaining from the end of the trail. And finally we've made our way sufficiently south of the highway so that we're not really hearing any road noise, so it's nice and tranquil walking through here. A lot of ups and downs. Perfectly manageable though. I think we have just about made it. This little bridge up here. Looks like it, yeah, there's a little railing out there that takes you to the roost. We'll go there in a minute. We're going to stop here in the shade and give the dog some water. And it's really nice here. You can smell the cedars. So this is BuzzardRoost. I wonder if those are the buzzards. More like hawks. No shortage of them though. There's at least 3. There's 2 over there and then 1 right up there. How much more energy do you have, Khloe, to be annoying? You got infinite annoying reserves? BuzzardRoost Rock. We are here. And these are the turkey vultures, I guess they're referring to. Well, we got a little bit of drone footage. We'll see how it comes out. There is a couple of kids there. They didn't see, I asked if they minded, and they said, no, go ahead. So if you're watching this, hello, and thank you for letting me fly the drone. Since we chose the 1.2 mile side trip to the right on the way up, we will take the 1 mile alternate on the way back. Wow, Khloe. She said, we're going this way. So coming down the slightly shorter trail, it is a little bit narrower, and it does seem to be a little bit more steep one way or the other, depending on which direction you're going. So I'd probably recommend doing what we did if you're trying to avoid, if you want to make the hike as least strenuous as possible. Take the 1.2 to the right on the way up, and then take the 1.0 on the way back.